Once again, hello guys and welcome back to another of our class about Excel. So in today's class, we are going to make the extraction of the data that we just analyzed to be able to give a certain movie to watch to someone, to recommend a movie to someone. So the way that will work, it's very simple. The first thing we'll suggest is the type of movie. So for example, is it going to be a drama, an action movie, or a comedy or whatever? The country from where the movie will be. If yes or no, it need to have a popular actor in it. And finally, the number of movies for each of categories. So for example, is the movie from 2005, from 2005, or from 2016 to 2020. So the way that we will work here, we will use the VLOOKUP function to be able to define all our needs. So for example, in the first case here, the type of movie that the person wants, we will suggest to the person to watch will be an action movie, since it has the value 10 here, because the person watches 10 action movies in the past, and it's the highest value. So how will we work with this? It's very simple. We'll create a smaller database under our bigger database here. So simply write down on equal. If you want to add a huge square around our database, it's gonna be great. But in the other case, you can work this way. So very simple. Simply click on equal and select the first number. Then next to it, you will select the type of movie. So do this for all the movie types. So as we can see here, we have 5. After that, the next step will be to find the highest number. So it's gonna be very simple. We will use another Excel function, and in this case, it will be the max function. So we'll write it here. So the highest number in this case is the max of all those. And as you can see, the highest number is 10. Right now, our goal will be to find out the movie that we want. So it will use the VLOOKUP function. So we are looking for the highest number in this database, and we want it to give us the second column. So as you can see, this database, our app suggested us a horror movie. Once again, you'll see sometimes it's not accurate because we are using random numbers, so Excel doesn't adjust to it. But if you use a real database, you'll see it's gonna be way easier. So as you can see, sometimes it's not accurate. All right, next step, we'll do the exact same thing for our number of countries. So you can simply copy everything and paste it. If it doesn't work, well, simply do the exact formulas, the same exact formulas. All right, next step is to find out the max between all those numbers, and finally make the VLOOKUP. So So we are looking for this value in this database, and we want the second column as always. Great. Next step, do the exact same things with yeses and nos. All right. Next thing, we find out the max. And finally, make the VLOOKUP research. So we'll look for this value in this database, and we want the second column. Amazing. Last step, very simple. We do the exact same thing for our years. So once again, we are looking for the max at first, and then our VLOOKUP. So we are looking for the 12 in this database, and we want it to give us the second column. So as you can see, we have all the data that we need to be able to create, to generate a movie for someone who wants to watch a movie. So let's say, so in this case, we know that the first user wants to watch a horror movie with, in this case, we have a small mistake. which is here. All right. So we want a user, the first user will suggest him to watch a trailer from Africa that has a popular actor in it, and that is from the year 2011 to 2015. So this is for the first user. Right now, let's say we have more than one user. So very simple, simply select everything, and you can just paste it a bit under. So we have a second user, let's say we have a third user, and a fourth user. All right, this is great. So right now we have 4 different users, and we need to suggest them a movie. So how will we do this? Very simple. We'll create ourselves a small database, well, a small dashboard here. So the dashboard will be very, very simple. So it's gonna be by users. So first thing we are looking for is the movie type. The second thing we're looking for will be the country. Then, if there is a popular actor. And finally, year. Perfect. Then simply merge the cells to be able to have something that looks great. After that, we'll put our users here. So we have user 1, then the second, the third, and the fourth. So that's for the aesthetical part. Perfect. So as you can see, we have absolutely everything. The next step will simply be to enter our answers. So we simply click on equal and enter our answers. All right. So we have everything here. Perfect. So right now the first user, what is the movie type of the first user? In this case, it's gonna be a comedy. So we simply click on equal and we click on comedy. Well, now it became a trailer. The year, so the country of the movie, Africa. If there is a popular actor in the movie, in this case, yes. And the last question, year category, it's gonna be from 2006 to 2010. We'll do the exact same thing for the second user. So as you can see, we have a dashboard that will present absolutely everything. So we'll do this for only 2 users. You can do it for the 4. So you get the point. So this is the database that we will need after that to select a movie. For example, let's say Netflix or any other movie company that suggests movies for you to watch will use this type of technology. So it will simply create a database, extract data like we just did, and from this data, suggest you movies that will be the best for you. So for example, we will suggest to the user 1 a movie that is a horror movie from Asia that doesn't have a popular actor in it, and that it is from 2016 to 2020. Once again, this will be based on past habits of the person. So you just got a very, very basic way to suggest movies to people based on what they watched like movies in the past. So if you had a real database, it will be way easier, because as you can see, it's very, very easy to apply this type of applications. And once again, it requires some imagination. So you simply transform everything in zeros and ones. You can do a lot of great things with this. So until now, we created our third app, which is a basic movie suggestion program. So we are able right now to suggest a certain type of movies to someone. So that's it for this course, guys, and see you all in our next class, where we are going to start our fourth and last application, which is the biggest of our last applications.